What's going on, comic book community? Welcome back to the pull list here. Comic talk for January 20th, Inauguration Day, new comic book day. Coming at you a little late, one day late with the books. Had a little mix up happening last night, so I wasn't able to get this out as soon as I could. And funny enough, this is our second take because I was muted the entire time I did it the first time. So guys, without further ado, I want to show you guys our indie books, our Marvel books, and then we're going to finish it off with DC because of Future State. Those are the big titles that came out this week. So let's get right into it. Starting it off with Life is Strange, Partners in Time, issue number 4. If you guys are big fans of the video game, this is an absolute must read to just have more backstory about these characters that we love so much in that video game franchise. Check it out. Next up from Aftershock, we got We Live from the Miranda Brothers, issue number 4. Gotta be honest here, guys, I picked up 3 and 4 just off of the hype alone. I heard it was an amazing book. I do want to pick up issue 1 and 2, especially issue 1. There's a variant cover done by one of my favorite comic book artists, Dustin Nguyen. 1 in 25 ratio incentive. Maybe down the line I can find it for a decent price. If you know anyone that has that comic, let me know, so I don't have to go search on eBay for it, because I want that cover. So we're going to move along. We have Expanse, issue number 2 from Boom Studios. If you like the TV show, absolutely grab this book. It's just more within that universe, which is always amazing. Our next one, coming from Boom as well, was one of the big spec books for this week. This is Abbott 1973. Volume 2 of Abbott. Volume 1 came out in 2018. This follows a detective in Detroit in the 70s, of course, 1973 to be exact, showcasing some cases that she gets from these supernatural cases that she hears about. So she's looking into these supernatural occurrences in Detroit, which I find really fascinating. And here we have another cover that we picked up as well. There is a 1 in 25 Jenny Frison cover that we couldn't pick up. There's so much Jenny Frison this week that I wasn't able to pick up, but we'll talk about it coming up shortly. This book has also been picked up. The story has been picked up to be adapted to the screenplay, either a TV show or a movie, so we'll see what happens there, but that's why it's a big spec book this week. Moving along here, we have a new number 1 from Aftershock. This is called I Breathe a Body, issue number 1. I thought the cover looked kind of interesting there. It looks like, what is he holding, like a iPad or something? Has to do something with like the digital age and social media, so I'm really curious to see why these covers look the way that they do. Here's a variant cover that we picked up as well, just because I thought it looked so cool for a new number 1 here. Look, our indie books have been so good in 2020. I'd probably say indie books are on fire right now, so anytime a new number 1 comes out, pay attention to it, pick it up. Here we have, purely based on the cover art alone, issue number 12 of Philadelphia. This is done by Todd McFarlane, so I definitely had to pick it up. I heard this is one of the best horror comics on the market right now, so it's 12 issues deep. Maybe I can pick up the trades for 1 and 2 and find out what Philadelphia is all about. And I love vampires too, so it's a win-win. This next book right here I think is pretty funny. I only picked it up solely because Pressable Defects, if you guys aren't following them on YouTube, be sure to drop them, subscribe to them over there on YouTube. The Forge Boys and The Butcher. Shout out to New York to those gentlemen. But Gung Ho Sexy Beast, they were talking about this book. There's no speculation or nothing. Nobody knows anything about the storyline here, but come on. Girl in a bikini putting her hair up and a gun right on her hip. It's comics, man. What's not to love about a cover like that? So shout out to those boys again. Moving along to IDW, we have a couple of Ninja Turtle books this week. We picked up a couple of these already. This is the best of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leonardo. I love negative space covers like this. They've already done a Raphael and a Donatello book, so here's the third one with Leonardo. 3 miniseries, best of his stories, and then I guess next month we'll be getting Michelangelo, so be on the lookout for that one. Moving along to a miniseries here. This is issue 3 of Jenica 2. So this is her second miniseries here. Just some more backstory on Jenica as she adapts to being a turtle. Here we have issue 113 of Ninja Turtles. This is the A cover. I picked up 2 copies of this because this is a spec book right here. This is supposedly the very first comic book appearance of Toka and Razor from the second movie, Secret of the Ooze, from 1990. So very fascinating that it took almost, what, 30 years now for them to get Toka and Razor in comics. Very fascinating. Moving along to finish off the indie books, we have Image Comics 7 to Eternity, issue number 16. Rick Remender, one of his best books out. Very convoluted book, so if you're reading this, just pay attention, pay close attention. There's so much going on. Almost reminds me of East of West, but it's a very good book. I really like it. I highly suggest you finding some trades and checking it out. Moving along, we have Chip Zdarsky. I almost forgot how to say Zdarsky, but this is Stillwater issue number 5. Continuing on one of the best books on stands right now, coming from Image Skybound. This town has a town where nobody can die. Everyone's immortal, but if you leave the area, anything can happen to you, and you can die. So that's why they try to keep their town a secret. But somebody has come back into the fray, somebody that was born there, and they're trying to figure out what to do with him. So I'm assuming he's going to trial to figure out what the town really wants to do with him, whether they keep him there or not. And finally, to finish it off, what else? Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 7. It's just a treat to be able to read this again in color. They're putting these back out, and the best part of these books is that there's these little excerpts in the back that Robert Kirkman, these little tidbits of the writing process every single time these issues were being written, which I find so cool. So you're getting like this behind the scenes look, and of course different covers here as well. So Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 7, pick them up. They're only going to be printing this one time and one time only. I don't even think they said that they were doing like trade paperbacks of these in color, so you only get them in comic book form. All right, now we can move over to Marvel. We have the biggest Marvel book of the week. We're starting it off right now. King in Black issue number 3. Thor making his presence there, fighting Null. So we're gonna see how Thor handles the coming of Null. And of course, they're doing these Alien vs. Predator covers this month because Marvel just picked up the property for Alien and Predator. Be on the lookout for those books coming in February and March. Aliens number 1 from Marvel Comics. Pretty cool. Pretty good pickup by Marvel. And I think we got one more variant cover there. This is the connecting cover for King in Black, issue number 3. Can't wait to get all of them together so we can do a little panoramic, show you guys all the connecting covers and see what the landscape looks like there. Second printing time here. Daredevil issue number 25. Elektra donning the Daredevil mantle there. Splash page from inside the book right there for the cover. Her wearing the costume for the first time, so they definitely wanted to put it on the cover because they knew people were going to pick this up. So unfortunately, I heard that she puts back on her normal costume in Solicitation a couple issues later, so short-lived, but it's still really cool to see her in the costume, and who knows, maybe down the line they can continue to do something with that. Moving along, we have another King in Black tie-in. This is Black Cat issue number 2. We have another Alien cover here, this time Peach Momoko doing her horror stuff there on the cover. Trying to make sure I don't get that glare on there for you. We have a couple variants here for you to show you guys. Here's another Black Cat. I just love Felicia Hardy. Absolutely love the character of Felicia Hardy. And this is the A cover there. What is that, donning the anti-Venom suit? What is going on there? She's a big player there in the King of Black storyline with Black Cat, which is fascinating. New number 1 here. Oh, excuse me. This is another Alien cover for Avengers issue 41. Black Panther fighting off the alien. I thought this was a cool cover. Storyline wise, they're still doing this Phoenix Force Arena showdown. Everyone is fighting to the death to see who that new host for the Phoenix will be. So that's what's going on with the Avengers. And then here we go right here, new number 1, 6-issue miniseries. We have Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon. I love Danny Rand, one of my favorite characters. So definitely had to pick this up, show him some love. And of course, I thought this one was really cool too. David Aja doing one of the variant covers here. Definitely a pickup because one of my favorite Iron Fist arcs was when Matt Fraction and David Aja were doing Immortal Iron Fist almost a decade ago. So glad to see that there's some continuity there, why they would be like, hey David, would you like to do a variant cover for this new book? Makes perfect sense to me. Moving along, we have issue 7 of Dr. Aphra. I picked it up because there's an appearance of a new character here. I do like the character Dr. Aphra. I haven't read it since her first mini-series. I think I only picked up the first 6 issues. So I'm excited to get back into some Star Wars stuff. Not the biggest Star Wars fan, but Star Wars is pretty hot right now. And finally, to finish it off, we have Maestro, War and Pax. So Maestro getting a second miniseries due to the success of the first one. So we're going to see how much more of a badass Maestro becomes. And he just like takes no crap from nobody. So we're going to see how ruthless he becomes in this miniseries here. All right, now we can move on over to DC. First couple of Black Label titles and finishing the event, one of these big events here. So Deceased, Dead Planet, the final issue, number 7. Will our heroes prevail? We'll find out. They both the villains and the heroes have that virus, or what is it? The cure ready to go, but who's going to get there first? Find out. And then we have a movie poster variant here for Birds of Prey. Had to pick it up. Looks amazing. Moving along, Black Label Rorschach issue number 4. Doing some more backstory here. Can't wait to dive into this one. I'm still 2 issues behind, so can't really say for sure what happens in issue 3 leading into this one, but I know it is another backstory there for this particular character. And finally, the last Black Label book that we have here. This is Batman Catwoman issue number 2. Had to pick up the variant, of course, because we got Jim Lee, Scott Williams there inking it up. Incredible. And Jim Lee is one of the best in the industry, period. But as far as modern Batman goes, Jim Lee is probably right at the top. All right, now we can get into, oh no, we have one more. This one is based solely off of the cover too, because I just thought the cover was amazing. This is Legion of Superheroes issue number 12. Gold Lantern just popping right off the cover there. Amazing cover art. So I had to pick it up. And that's the variant, cover B, by the way. All right, now all of our future state books, we're gonna go through these as fast as possible because I think all of them are issue 1s except for this one here. So this is issue 2 of the next Batman, following Luke Fox, Gotham, seeing what's happening with the Magistrate. And we also have 2 backstories here with Batgirls and Gotham City Sirens after the Batman story. So it commands a $7.99 price tag for that reason, because there's 3 stories in one, essentially 3 comics in one. So here's a variant cover there of Luke Fox taking off the mantle there, showing his face. And we also have one more variant. There you go. Future State, the next Batman. All right, Future State number 1, Catwoman. Picking up some Catwoman, seeing what she's up to. And of course, anytime Art Germ does a cover, we pick it up. As long as it's affordable. Sometimes those Art Germ covers, woof, they go for a lot of money. All right, next one, Immortal Wonder Woman Future State, featuring backstories of Diana Prince and Nubia. We picked up 2 copies of this one. And I noticed too that she's wearing Batman's utility belt there, so I find that kind of interesting, why she got that on. We also picked up the Peach Momoko variant because why not? Peach Momoko is still hot and this cover looks amazing, so we had to pick it up. Nightwing, I believe, yep, Nightwing issue 1, Future State. We'll see what Dickie Boy is up to there. And of course, each one of these Future State books are, years in the future, but each one of them is different years. So some of them could be before some of the other Future State titles, which I find pretty fascinating. Another number 1 here with Shazam. So we're going to see what's up with the Shazam family. And finally, to cap off the Future State books and DC for the week, Superman Worlds of War, also featuring stories about Clark Kent, Midnighter, Black Racer, and Mr. Miracle. I just look, Superman looks amazing here. This costume design, just it's awesome. He just looks so powerful and just jacked, which is why we also picked up the variant cover, because look at this guy pop off of the cover, man. It just looks like a Frank Frazetta painting from, a century ago. Isn't it incredible? I'm absolutely in love with that cover. So that's going to do it for the DC books. We got one more book to show you guys. This was a variant purchase. I think this is a 1 in 50 incentive, retailer incentive. So I paid about 50 bucks after the discount for it. But I love me some Adam Hughes, and Adam Hughes did this amazing Black Cat issue 2 variant in the comic loader. Had to pick it up. We love her. I mean, look at this. Look at this cover, guys. Felicia Hardy getting her diamond on. Amazing. Beautiful Adam Hughes cover. Always got to pick up Adam Hughes whenever affordable, because his books just, man, they're so expensive. But that's gonna do it, guys, for the Inauguration Day edition of New Comic Book Day, the pull list for the Vaughn and Only. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw, and man, I can't even, I'm excited for the 27th. There's still going to be so many amazing books just for January alone. I'm doing my best to read all these. I think it made this pile look so much bigger just because of how thick those future state books are. But guys, if you liked the content, please like the video, subscribe, drop a comment down below, all the good things. And of course, we also have that link for the Discord. So if you guys want to join one of the best pop culture Discords out there, we're talking about comics 24/7. And in fact, I've just started doing daily reviews of books, short little excerpts every single time I read a book. That way I can inform you guys of my opinions, my thoughts about what the direction of the story, how the artwork is, and whether or not you should keep it or take it off of that pull list. Guys, I appreciate it. Until the 27th, it's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to give you this content, talk about comic books. So top guy out, mahalos all around, and remember to always bag and boredom.